There's been a lot of talk about Brexit, understandably, in recent months and over the last 2 or 3 years. But the biggest threat that faces us all, whether we live in the United Kingdom, the European Union, and the world at large, is the threat posed by climate change. And we're still struggling to work out how, as the European Union and how, as the United Kingdom, we're going to deliver on the commitments we made at the UN climate change deal in Paris. One of the ways in which we can tackle climate change is by building more things out of wood. This is an example of cross-laminated timber, where wood has been stuck together at right angles and produces a material which has the structural strength of steel and concrete, enabling large spans to be put into buildings and to build at height for the first time. The tallest wooden building in the world, built out of cross-laminated timber, was finished in Vancouver in Canada last year, and it goes up to 18 stories. In Austria, in Vienna, they're building a building which will go up to 24 stories. And all of that is made out of wood, and it's all sequestering carbon. At the moment, 10% of our carbon emissions at a European level are absorbed by our forest cover. But if we were to make more things out of wood that lasted for a long time, like in buildings, we could increase that to 11, 12, 13%. And at the same time, by using structural timber, we replace concrete. And concrete is a real problem in relation to climate change, because the manufacturer of concrete globally is responsible for 8% of carbon emissions. The chemical process of making concrete releases carbon into the atmosphere, and 8% of global emissions are down to concrete. So if we can reduce the amount of concrete we use by increasing the amount of wood that we use, we get a double win. We reduce carbon emissions from concrete, and we increase the sequestration of CO2 by wood. So I'm a great supporter of building out of wood. As it happens, the largest wooden building in the world, not the tallest, but the largest, was finished last year in Hackney in London, in Dalston, and it's a great example of what's possible to do with wood. And one of the things I hope to do before I'm finished as an MEP here in the Parliament in the next 12, 13 months is to try to ensure that we get a big building constructed in the northeast of England out of wood to help in the battle against climate change.